Greg Stubbe joins us now on the weaponization of the federal government subcommittee that he's on. He joins us. Congressman, your reaction to the Democrats' reaction to the Supreme Court ruling?
Well, it's fascinating that Biden gets up there for 4 minutes and criticizes the court and completely changes the language of the ruling. In the ruling, it says that no president is above the law, yet Biden's now saying that Trump's going to try to use this. And now that any president that's in there is going to be able to do criminal acts and get away with it. It's fear-mongering by the Democrats. It's their typical ploy to try to make it all about Trump taking over the country and fear-mongering the American people. And the American people are smarter than that. You've seen Trump's poll numbers increase dramatically after each one of these indictments. And it's because the American people see that Joe Biden has weaponized the court system and the DOJ to go after his political opponent. And finally, the Supreme Court has had a case that they've been able to reset the pendulum back to the law.
So, Greg, you're the lawyer. But what he's saying is go to the lower court and case by case, find out and let the judge rule, whatever that lower court would be, whether what that president's doing is within his job description. And if it's not, then he is going to be tried like everyone else because he's not above the law. But that's not the way it's been characterized, right?
Yeah, within his official actions, which very clearly, this case stems from January 6th. President Trump just had a rally that day and told people to peacefully and patriotically let their voices be heard, which is clearly within the confines of his responsibility as president of the United States. Obviously, the president and his official actions has the ability to have a rally and talk to the American people and tell them to peacefully and patriotically have their voices be heard. So it completely upends and gives the president immunity for official actions, and it upends all these Jack Smith cases. And I think one of the pieces, putting my lawyer hat on for a second, was Clarence Thomas's, he agreed with the majority, but what he said was the Jack Smith and these special prosecutors aren't even constitutional because they haven't been appointed by Congress. Congress didn't create special counsels to go after the president. So he says you have a civilian going after the president and prosecuting the president of the United States. And I think that's something that we in the House should focus on.
So listen to AOC. I always get up in the morning and think to myself, what would AOC do? I'm sure you do. You might have a bracelet like that. But let's take a look at this tweet that she put out, letting everybody know exactly where she stands. She says the Supreme Court has become consumed by corruption, corruption crisis beyond its control. Today's ruling represents an assault on American democracy. It is up to Congress to defend our nation from this authoritarian capture. I intend on filing articles of impeachment upon our return. How's she going to do that? She's going to impeach all the justices?
Well, and she'd have to impeach 6 of them, 3 of which were only appointed by President Trump. And obviously the Republicans have the House, so that's not going to happen. You'd have to have them removed by, and U.S. Supreme Court justice has never been removed in the history of our country because then it takes 2/3 in the Senate to remove them. So again, they are weaponizing the justice system, going after the court because they don't agree with them. Heaven forbid they're not all leftist propagandists like they are in their progressive ideology, and when they're not, they attack them. This is the same group of people that for years now, Senator Scott is right, for years have said they want to pack the court because they want to make it full of leftists that do the will of the Democratic Party.
And it'll be a battle to see who, if you guys can retain the majority as well as take the Senate as well as the presidency. Another reason to keep pay attention right here. Congressman Stubbe, thanks so much.
Anytime. Good to see you.